Hey guys, it is me Simone. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this cute little mini album only using 4 pieces of 8.5 by 11 paper. So let's get started. In this video I'm going to show you how to make the base of the album, and in a later video we'll do a sped up version of me decorating it and showing you how I do all of that. So let's get started. The basic supplies you're going to need is 4 sheets of paper. I'm using just medium weight cardstock, and I'm using thick weight cardstock. So I'm using 1 sheet of 110 pound cardstock, and I'm using 3 sheets of about 65 pound cardstock. So that's what I did, but you can do all 110 pound. I would recommend having a thicker paper for the cover at least. Okay, then you're going to need a scoreboard and a paper trimmer, a bone folder, a stylus, some tape, glue, wet glue, and some scissors. Now if you don't have a paper trimmer, you can always use a ruler and a pair of scissors. And if you don't have a scoreboard, you can just use a piece of foam and something like a pen tip to score into the foam at your markings. Okay, so it doesn't have to be super expensive. I will link all my supplies down for you guys that I'm using in this video. Now I did a lot of work off camera so we can kind of speed through this since I wanted to talk through it. So first thing I have is our cover. This book is going to be 5.5 by 6, so you're going to cut down your piece of paper to 6 by 5.5. So you need 2 of those. Now the best way for cutting paper to maximize how much you get is to cut on the 8.5 inch part and cut it down to 6 this way. So cut down to 6 inches, and then you turn it, and then you cut it right in half, because if you cut it in half, it'll be a piece of paper. Once you cut it at 6 inches, will be 6 inches by 11 inch, and then you just cut it in half to get 6 and 5.5. The little piece of paper you have left will be your spine. So you're using all the piece of paper, everything. So this is your spine. This is 2.5 by 6 inches. I scored at 3 3/4 of an inch, and then at 1 3/4 of an inch. So my spine is 1 inch long or wide. Okay. So that's really it. And this is all for 1 piece of paper. You got your cover and your spine. And after that piece of paper, this is all we had left, which is part of the spine that I didn't use. Super simple. So let me go through and attach this. I'm using scrapbook.com and Scrapbooking Made Simple tape. I have different sizes. Okay. Now if you don't have tape like this, you can always use wet glue. You can substitute. So let me match this up. Actually, I'm going to show you a cool trick I do. So I can't get these things lined up perfectly. So to give me a little bit extra room, because the scrapbooking.com and the Scrapbooking Made Simple tape is not that forgiving once it attaches, I put down some stick glue. The stick glue gives me a little bit of time to maneuver my paper to make sure it's lined up before it attaches. So, really simple. So that's it, and then you just varnish this baby in. So very simple. You cut down 2 pieces of paper that are 6 by 5.5. Then you're going to cut down a piece of paper that's 2.5 by 6. And then you're going to score at 3/4 of an inch, and then 1 3/4 of an inch. That should give you 1 inch spine and a 3/4 of an inch tab to attach to your book. Or, yeah. Cool. So that's done. For our attaching mechanisms that we're going to attach our paper with, I cut down a piece of paper. I do not put size in here, but this is 2.5 inches, and then I scored at a 1/2 of an inch to go in the book. So your tabs that go in the book are going to be a 1/2 of an inch, and then the rest of that is going, the 2 inches is going to be attached to your page. There's only 2 pages in this book, and you're going to score those. And then what I did is I cut mine at an angle just to reduce the bulk, and just in case, you know, my cut's a little bit off, you don't see these at the peeking out. So let's clean up my mess. Let's go down to page 1. I had to make sure I like labeled everything because it's a lot. So you're gonna cut down your base. Our pages are 5 1/4 by 6 inches. I made my pages a little bit smaller just so when I bind everything they don't stick out, because they are going to stick out a little bit further. It just makes it look better for me. You can see in the pages here, you see those are pages, and they're just a 1/4 of an inch smaller, and it just helps just in case they stick out a little bit. I don't know if you can see that one. They're not going to go further than the front of your cover, but it's up to you whether you do that or not. Then you're going to do a flap. This page flap is going to just attach here, and we're going to flip it out. It's really cute. I cut this to 6 inches by 5 3/4, and I scored at a 1/2 of an inch to give me my little tab to attach it to the page. That's it. And so I'm just going to, I already added my little bone folder and varnished it down. So do that. And when I'm attaching pages like this, a lot of times I will lay it out like this. It just helps me get it more even, I feel, than to try to fold it in and attach it like that. Alright, that's it. That's our flap that we added. Then we're going to flip our page over, and we have our band. This band is 7 inches by 1.5 inch. I scored it at a 1/2 inch on both sides to give me a little 1/2 inch flap, and this is going to be our band that we can put pages under. So I'm going to attach this. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. This is the only one I actually fold and glue. I don't actually try to do a different way. So fold and glue that one. And see how this book comes together really easy. I'm pretty sure that's Cricut. Let me see. Before I line up my, that's where these things come in handy so well. Okay, these lines on my desk. Hope we try to line it up so it's not too Cricut. Okay, and then varnish that down, and then you have our little band. Super simple. So the first page is just a flap and a band. Once you decorate it, it's going to look like this. So you open your book up, there's your flap, flip it over, there's your band. So you can tuck things under. Super simple. Very fun. That's our first page. Let's move into our second page. Our second page has a little more going for it, but it's not too complicated. Clean up our trash real quick. Pretty sure I'm making a mess. Okay, our first page, we're going to do a pocket. I went over and cut out a circle on my page, but you do not have to. You can easily just have just cut a piece of paper that's the same size as your base. So this is going to be 5 1/4 by 6 inches tall. Cut out 2 pieces of paper, and then glue around 3 of the sides, and that's your pocket. But I wanted to add more interest, so I did cut out a little circle with a die. It's just a regular old circle die. You don't have to, it's up to you. This is the only part that I would definitely tell you need to use a wet glue for. Do not use tape. The reason you're not going to use tape is because tape never dries, and your tags can catch on the exposed tape that's peeking out. So I recommend not using that. I mean, you can always do a combination if you wanted to, I guess, but I would not recommend using it alone. So use some type of white glue. And this is just art glitter glue. It's on my desk. I'm using it. Really varnish that. Of course, I'm a little bit off, but when are we ever perfect? But okay, then I'm going to have my little pocket here. Really cute and easy. See my finger? Hope it's not. Oh, this way, to get more blue in there, so you can see it. I'm gonna flip that over to the other side. Then we're gonna have two flaps. One flap is going to be the same size of your paper. So this is 5 1/4 by 6 inches. The other flap is 6 inches by 5 inches. I want it to be a little bit smaller. You can always add a cute decorative cut here if you want to. Yeah. So we're going to attach that. I have two little flaps I'm going to use to attach. These are both 1 inch by one is 1 inch by 5 1/4 inch, and the other one is 1 inch by 6 inches, because we're going to attach one to the top and one to the side. Okay, so make sure I actually like labeled everything so I don't forget, because I'm telling you, I made this book, I actually made this video before, and I actually am messing up my little preparedness I actually had done for me. I messed it all up, and so I had to recut some more paper to get everything going, which is not like the fun, but what can you really do? Okay. So some of my glue is like peeking out, which is fine with me. So we're just gonna pull that down. Add the glue. As I said before, I like to do this method of attaching it so I can kind of get everything lined up. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Make sure I'm in frame for you guys. Just put my glue on, and then I'm going to add my flap here. Score that flap. Okay, you can easily just do a different method. You can just fold the tabs, glue it in like here, and then fold it over and then attach your paper. You can easily do that. I just like to lay it down after I score it. It's just easier for me, but it's really up to you on how you want to do that. So I'm going to peel off the next tab here. I'm going to use this thing to hold on. Look, I measure my little tabs out and everything, and they still are never the right size. Okay. Oh, really, glue? Really, glue? You're in the way. You're in the way, glue. You're in my way. I am trying to hold this thing down with this bone folder. And not my fingers, but cool. Move it around, add the next glue. Alright, and then line this up. What is falling under my desk? Things are falling, guys, and I'm not shocked at all. Okay, score that. Let me make sure to slap that down. Is it crooked again? Because the last one I did this, it was crooked. Okay, that's it. That's it. So we're done on page 2. So it's going to be a little pocket here, and then you flip it over to next side, and it goes up and it goes to the side. This is the first time actually I was actually going to do it this side flap out, but it's fine this way. It doesn't really matter. Now we have our little tabs for adding it to the book. Now I'm going to attach it to the page first and then attach it to the book. So the one we did last, the second page, is going to be the first one we put in. So I'm going to detach all of this tape here. Add the glue down. It's just awesome. And well, I'm trying to figure out how. Yeah. It's a lot of concentration, guys. Bending stuff and breaking stuff. Okay. And it's going to attach it right here to the front. So where the pocket is, you're going to attach it right there to the side. And then this is going to go in. Now this is the complicated. I'm not that complicated, but this is the part where I'm going to need to breathe slowly. No sudden movements. Okay. It's like rocket science right here. Okay, we're gonna put this tab in, and it's only a 1/2 inch, so you're gonna make sure you line it as close as you can to the edge of your spine. It has to be as close as humanly possible. And you see how many times I'm messing up over here, right? You can hear that? Cool. You can hear me messing up, right? It's a lot of pressure, guys. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Let's see what helps. This thing is so finicky. This is the part where I'm like holding my breath because it just takes so much concentration to get this book in here, this page in here. I think I'm good. Pull that out. Alright. I think I got it somewhere in there. I think that's good. Okay, and then we're gonna attach the tab for this one. Breathe, guys. We got it. We got the first one done. It's okay, guys. I'm right here with you guys. Move out the way. Add the glue. And add in the... Wait, no. Alright. How did I do this one? How did I do this one? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I made the decorated prototype differently than I made this one, but it's still the same concept. It's just bigger pieces of paper. So I had to play around with it. This is my second time making this video. That's why I have like 2 white copies over here, because I had to see how to make it a different way. Because how I made it the first time, I used 2 11 by 14, no, it was my 17, 11 by 17 pieces of paper, and that's great and all, but I know not everybody has that, and I know it means the same thing as 11 and a half by 8 and a half. It's just bigger sheets, so I can cut out. Like, I didn't have to do as much cutting as I did with this one because of that. Okay. All right, we did it. I think we did it. I think. Oh wait, look at that. Something's off right here. Like that right there. That one, that's why I was like gap here. This needs to be scooted over a little bit. That's why it's not wanting to cooperate with me. Okay, yeah, need to be scooted over just a smidge bit. just like right on the spine. It's not really liking that. I mean, I do what I can. I mean, I'm not perfect, but it's fun and it'll work. Okay, let me close up my glue before it dries out. Put in my crap over here. Okay, we did it. So we made a little mini album. You open it up, it flaps out like this, and then you turn it. It has little bands here, nice and pretty. Then you open over here to your second page. It has a pocket here, awesome. Go to the next side, it flips up and it flips out. Awesome. And I can show you some more decorating things later. So that's really it. Simple. I have 2 of these now. I'm most likely make a couple videos showing you how I'm going to decorate these and show you guys. But this is a prototype I made. This one I used 110-pound paper throughout. I didn't like it. It's just not my favorite. I'm using it throughout. I wish I used some lighter weight paper because it's a lot bulkier and doesn't lay flat like the other ones do. And there's some other designing issues, but you see how you can just really decorate it however you want. Add little pockets and sleeves and do what you want. And this book you can do as a mini album for an event, or you can do as Happy Mail. Add some stickers and embellishments to this and then send it to somebody. It doesn't have to be for memory keeping. I can't talk. For mimicking. Yeah, memory keeping, sorry. So I hope this is helpful. I'm going to make some more. Most likely I'm going to do a fall one and a Christmas one since I have these 2. And I'll make a better video showing us how I did that. So much love, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see if you guys make this little cute mini album. I think this would be so fun to but to do swaps with these. They're like a really good size, very light, lightweight. I mean, I'm trying to think, after you decorate it's gonna be a little heavier, but still pretty lightweight and still really fun and easy. It takes no more than like 30 minutes depending how fast you are at cutting, but it doesn't take that long at all. So much love, guys, and have a great day. Bye. Get crafty.